Welcome back, guys, to Factorio with me, Massive Dynamic. And this episode is a little bit different, guys. Something I've never done before. This is going to be a base tour. This is JStank's Swamp. JStank joined the Discord a while back, and we've been playing together when we have a chance. And he came up with the idea of building a map that is has a lot of water. It's not an island setting map. It is a Death World setting. And all he did was adjust the water levels. He said he pushed one slider all the way up and the other all the way back, and it created this very swampy environment, as you can see here. And here's an overview of the entire map where we've built, and we'll go through a few different things, including the spaghetti train network, which is absolutely insane. As you can see, it is all single lane track. With a few bypasses here and there to help with the train traffic a little bit. But for the most part, he's not worried about train traffic and traffic jams. It's more about trying to preserve the looks of the swamp and the islands. And we did as little landfill as possible in most places. There were a few places where we had to do a little bit of landfill, but for the most part, we tried to minimize the landfill as much as possible. Now, there is this Shark Island here that, as you can see, has a little bit of landfill on it, but the base of it was already shark-shaped. And I kind of went in with a little landfill in my hand and kind of edited it and gave it a little bit more of a shark look, and then JStank added the eyeball. So that actually looks pretty cool. A little bit more pixel art. And pixel art wise, there's only one other, and that is this one right here, which is my pixel art for the labs, which looks pretty good when you zoom out. Looks pretty good. I'm thinking about adding some lights to it so it flashes lights when you're at like this level, other than just the power lights. I think if I added some power to it and some flashing lights, it would look pretty cool, more like labs. But the labs are actually right here, and this is purely JStank's design. He's got all the science packs feed in through the middle, and then they cascade outward from there. Working pretty good. Now let's see, where do we begin? We are located here, which is at, I think this is the beginning island. Yeah, I think this is the spawn island. And as you can see, the train tracks are an absolute mess. It's actually, I have to take full responsibility for the train design. Those guys left it up to me, and I just really wanted to create the spaghetti to go with the entire kind of aesthetic of the map being just absolute chaos. So it is a single lane, as I said, network, and we've got these transportation centers here, located all around the map. So this is Stankton Center, so I can call the train to me here at Stankton Center, and then we can ride it. It's coming from Endstone. We're not going to ride around the entire map, but we will take a little bit of a ride. We'll probably ride over here to the bus end zone, which is sort of the newest area of the map where the rocket is. Oh, there's the train already, so that wasn't too bad. Sorry, I zoomed out. Let's jump in there, and let's run to the bus end zone. Should be toward the bottom of our... yeah, there it is. Bus end zone. Yeah, there's a Seahorse Island, there's Max Crab Island, Discotheque, which is where the science is. So now we just have to wait for the train to get us there, because it's going to wait for all the traffic to clear. Let's see, and I think this is kind of a high traffic area here. There's that train there. It's probably the one that's in our way. We did put a few bypasses in here and there to help with congestion, but for the most part, we didn't worry too much about it. And we're only going to there, so we should be clear. I think that's probably, once that train, yeah, reaches its destination, that should clear us all the way. But yeah, so we'll go past Disco Science, and we'll go past this spot, which is, we call Site C. Past the plastic build, and then that takes us right up here to the bus end zone, which is where, as I said, the rocket lives. So we bring the bus. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is we have to show how the bus works on this map. Here's all the parts for the rocket coming in. As you can see, it's doing pretty good. I think we've launched at this point 6 rockets. And the science packs are accumulating here. We have a chest there so that it doesn't jam up. I think it's set on auto launch, yeah. So that's all going pretty good. So we'll walk backwards down the bus from here. So the bus comes across this island. Now, we did have to build a bridge here so that we could get the end of the bus in. And as you can see, we still have an issue with red circuits that we're trying to manage. This is where all of the modules are made. Here's the yellow science, and we didn't really pay attention to ratios as far as the science, so it's kind of randomly ratioed. Whoever built it just kind of built whatever. We didn't really go too crazy on ratios. And here we have just the random items. Oh, that's for the nuclear power plant. There's our low density structures, and we have a few different battery farms scattered around, just dependent on what we needed at the time. And traveling around this map is so difficult that a lot of times we just built things just for our own personal convenience when we needed it. Here's one of the red circuit builds, and here is one of the blue circuit builds, and here's one of the green circuit builds. So like this one here, this green circuit build, we needed to bring in more iron and copper to keep the green circuits flowing. So we added a track here, a delivery track for copper that would directly feed the green and red circuits. And then we decided we needed more iron for the circuits. So we added, as you can see, another smeltery over here on another iron patch. So we added some smelting here that delivers that iron directly to the green circuits. And as we travel this way, you'll see that the bus takes a turn here to the north from the west toward the north, and then it takes another turn as it travels north, and then turns to the east. And yeah, the bus elements are delivered via train, 2 different trains. This train delivers iron, copper, steel, green circuits, and red circuits. Then we have another train here which delivers iron and copper. And I believe this one has, yeah, just one train on that one. I think it's just one train on this one. And let's see, we'll travel across here. If we can get across here without getting squished by the train, we'll travel across this bridge down to here, which is kind of the older section of the map. And here we have miscellaneous everything being built here. This is kind of our first oil refinery, I believe. And so we've got batteries here, we've got a little bit of oil, everything, products. We've got military stuff here, including mines and rockets and cannon shells and artillery shells. And here's where the bus is loaded. So this is the old bus, the original bus, and we just load the end of the bus onto that train that delivers it over there to the new bus. And here we have the iron and copper inputs to the old bus. Now this iron train is pretty impressive. We have 4 trains delivering iron ore to the smelting here at the old bus, which is pretty impressive on a single lane train track. So that's why we have this bit of a bypass right over here, where trains can wait to get in and out of this location to keep the bus flowing. So there you see, I guess there's 2 trains delivering copper. Yeah, 2 trains delivering copper there. So the trains alternate waiting in this spot to get in and out of this spot where they deliver the necessary materials to the main, sort of the original bus. Let's see, so from here we can travel carefully across this island, and then I guess we could travel over this way. This is what we call Toys R Us, I believe, which is where red and green science are made, and our original hardware store where we get most of the things that we need. Here's our Toys R Us train stop, and also concrete is made here somewhere, although I never have really determined where. Oh, there it is. There's where the concrete's made, right there. So yeah, this became an issue when our original iron patch and copper patch ran out. So we had to kind of, because we had an iron patch and a copper patch like right located close here. And when that dwindled, we had to tie it into this station here. So this station actually feeds all the iron and copper for this bus and this original kind of factory, which is kind of our starter base over here. So instead of picking things up and moving them, we leave it as existing. We try to keep it fed as much as possible with elements from other bases. And so we've got, as you can see, lines coming in here. They're getting sorted, and some of it goes back over here to the old base. Some of it goes to the new base, and then everything gets fed onto the train and sent to the even newer base. So it's kind of generational thing going on there. So finally, we've got a complete Roboport network that spans the entire map, at least the production areas of the map, all the way from where the rocket is up here at the bus end zone, all the way down to the Seahorse Island, which kind of looks like a seahorse, as you can see there. And that is where the rocket fuel is made for the rocket. Yeah, we've got, so the only setting that he made other than the Death World settings and the water was to add plenty of oil to the map. So we have a pretty good glut of oil. Oil's not an issue for us, which does help a lot, because if you've ever played a Death World and you ended up with little or no oil, it's pretty impossible to play. So we wanted to make sure we had oil, and that worked out really well for us. So that, I think, takes us to the end of our tour. I think we've seen just about everything. Everything else is pretty standard for Factorio. There's an iron mine where everything is smelted and turned into steel. So that's it for now. So guys, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, go ahead, join the Discord. Leave me a like here and a comment on the video. And maybe you can play with us, and we'll see what we can do with your help. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.